Welcome to the webcast demonstrating the multi-user capabilities of MetaEdit Plus. We will look how a team can work together, creating and editing the models, as well as language definitions, metamodels. MetaEdit Plus is available as a single user and as a multi-user version. In a multi-user version, a large team can edit together the same models at the same time or at different point of time, as fits for them. There is no need to solve the conflicts, diff to see the differences among the designs made, or to do manual merges of the work done by different team members. We will focus next on two persons working together, so you can see both clients running at the same time in a single screen. In the first case, we will look simultaneous modeling. Jim and Mark are working with the same models at the same time. Then we move to the MetaEdit Plus workbench and metamodeling. Jill will come and update the language and symbols, and Jim will also join the language development by making generators. Finally, Mark is joining to do the modeling, and we'll see the changes Jill and Jim has done. So here you can see now two screens and two clients. So we have here the Jim workspace where Jim is doing modeling, and at the same time Mark is doing modeling. So here you can see the two browsers, and in the client of Jim can open the models and see the designs, like here the stopwatch application. At the same time, also Mark can do modeling in different places or go to the same way stopwatch application. So basically they are now modeling and editing the same design. So within the space of Jim can do designs and add, let's say here, a new stopwatch icon and make the connections and do designs as he likes. And at the same time, Mark can edit the same model and change something like this is now a state called runs. If Mark wants to change an element that the Jim is working at the same time, like here the stop state, and if now Mark adds the same stop state, he can see that actually he can see all the things, but can't make the change. OK button is grayed out. But if Mark wants to see who is been doing changes, he can ask graph info and see that, oh, Jim is now working with this model. So this way, basically both persons can do the modeling work. When Jim is ready, he can accept his changes, and when Mark is ready, he can also access his changes this way. Mark can go and navigate the models, opens the stopwatch, and now he can see that the update Jim has been doing along with the change Mark has been done. With the multi-user version, the team can focus on their designs, and they don't need to handle conflicts, run diffs to find out changes made, and do the merges manually one by one. So models are just shared and the team can work together, the MetaEdit Plus way. Let's move next to the metamodeling side. So we have here again Jim working, and now also Jill arrives. Jill wants to do the metamodeling side, and in this case, let's say that also Jim wants to edit the metamodel at the same time. However, MetaEdit Plus allows to set access rights for the metamodeling rights. So let's say if Jill wants to edit the button symbol and wants to do this change, she will get notification that currently she is not authorized to create metamodels. But Jim can go and give the access rights and say that who are the metamodelers. So let's also give a metamodeling right for Jill. And now when the Jim has been editing and also Jill has been now working, now they can go and do the together language development. So in my example here, Jill would like to add and modify the event and would like to give here a new property called long press. So there's a long press button policy in this Jill's space, and this is now a Boolean concept in the meta model. And if she's happy, she can go and save the meta model. Meanwhile, Mark can go and work and again do the changes. Jim can go and work and do the changes as he sees. Now, in my case, when Jill is doing the meta modeling, Jim wants to update the generator. So he opens the generator editor of MetaEdit Plus and now can see the current code generators or various kind of checking generators. So one of the generators he would like to change is the live check code generator. And now this update to the meta model deals with the change that Jill has been doing. So for example, how to catch all the long pressing button policies and show them in a live check pane of MetaEdit Plus diagram editor. So now Jim can access the meta model concepts here, like for instance the event concept that Jill was extending, but can also now see here the meta model concepts that Jill just a few seconds ago were adding. And this way can implement the generator. And for example, to test long pressing, we could look, give me all the states who are in the long press policy, and for them inform the information. So give the type followed by their name and then some text like accessed with long press button. And once Jim is happy, he can check the meta model, save the work, and commit the changes he has been doing. Meanwhile, Jill can also continue to do the language development. For instance, she would like to change the symbol of the language. So currently this is the symbol for event, but it would be also good to show here a kind of symbol for these long pressing button policies. So now the normal symbol editor designs can be done, set the fillings, and maybe here put the red filling and give finally a condition for here that show this long press button only if the button pressing policy is true. And this way Jill is doing the meta model. Jill can finalize the design by trying out whether her language changes work, and can access now the stopword application and try out the new language concept long press, and sees that the designs are working. So finally, once Jill is happy, she can commit and save the work. Now Mark is arriving. Mark has been working with his models and can see the different changes, and I also can go now to see, for example, the changes that Jill has been working with. And when the Mark opens it, he will immediately see the language changes, like the concept of long press, the icon, and also the code generator that Jim has been developing. So when now Mark designs the application and say this is a long press, also this works immediately. So like all modelers like Mark get the new language version, concepts, symbols, generators automatically. And modelers like Mark don't need to know how to update and where to find out the latest language version and how to update the models done. Everything just works the MetaEdit way. Thank you for watching the video demonstrating MetaEdit Plus multi-user capabilities.